And so they turned to me and said, would you mind representing us on the ownership board? And I said, yes, not knowing anything about restaurants. And so when I became involved, I said, we need to do something. And the idea that arose out of that was to build an Oyster Bar, something quite different. One of my ambitions was, when I came in here, is to have Moby Dick kind of emulate the mission and values of the Community Environmental Council. And this is a very personal answer. And the secret is,
hey, this is Backstage Business by AMFILM, and I'm Anna Maria. And today we are back to Santa Barbara Historical Wharf to the beloved restaurant Moby Dick. Today we'll meet Karl Hutterer, a new CEO of Moby Dick Restaurant. He will share with us how he became from the Director of National History Museum and priest to the CEO of the restaurant. He will share secret tips of the leadership and success. Patricia, the General Manager of Moby Dick Restaurant, she shared with us specials that you can get in this restaurant. We visited Oyster Bar, peeked behind the scenes in the kitchen to see how this delicious food is made. So if you like the episodes like this and you want more entrepreneurial stories, business tips, and behind the scenes of the business, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. Are you ready? Then let's roll! Hi, how are you?
Good.
Thank you for greeting me here at the front desk.
No worries.
Yeah. Well, Moby Dick is such an iconic restaurant. Tell how long have you been with it and how it involved in yours?
Been here for a few months, but I have a team of people that have been here since it opened, I guess 30 years ago. They've been here since it has, burnt down and been rebuilt.
Can you share a little bit more about the story of this place? How long have it been around?
Moby Dick was founded in 1965 when they built the first restaurant. It burnt down in, I believe, 1998. It was an electrical fire between the other restaurant and this restaurant. A lady just came in the other day who said she was the 911 operator who got the call. Apparently there was a guy. So he saw the fire. He was on a boat underneath the wharf, saw the fire, called 911, and then they dispatched immediately, and then it burnt down. It took 2 years to rebuild, so it reopened in 2000. What you see here right now has been here since 2000.
Oh my gosh, that's really cool. Well, thank you for making a little tour in the history, how it was and how it was rebuilt. And are you ready now to give us a real tour inside and share what Moby Dick stands for and what you offer as your specials?
Of course, welcome in.
Thank you, Patricia. So give us a tour. What areas in this restaurant do you have?
So the first area you see right here, this is our 9s to 12s. This is the area that we usually put large parties in. If we have a 20 top that comes in, they can all kind of sit together while still enjoying the $1 million views.
Yeah, view is amazing.
Is the Dolphin Room, which is down there. And then this room we're walking through right now is La Marina. And then this one right here is called the Sevens.
Oh, it's beautiful. Probably the sunset from there is just gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
So you have a big range of different zones here. What experience your guests are having, and mostly what do you see, what they enjoy?
We get a lot of people who come in. They can come enjoy a drink at dinner time. We are very family friendly, so we do get lots of large groups, which in working in the restaurant industry, which is very interesting to me, because we just have people who come to the door and go, oh, we have 10. And it's like, oh
wow, that's cool.
Okay.
And what is this area?
So this is our patio area. It's probably one of the most popular areas in the restaurant. As you can see why, because it's outside and it's pretty glorious.
Share what specials do you have here in your food? What do your guests like the most, and what do you offer?
So our specials right now, we have a fresh fish special. We have halibut and snapper on the menu that are sourced locally from these waters. My favorite thing on the menu is the fish tacos. They're just tasty and they're kind of like California flavor. Yeah, so I love that. Our oysters are amazing. They're super fresh, and not a lot of people around offer the range that we offer. Our wine list is pretty Santa Barbara, Central Coast. And then even with our beer program, we're trying to keep that as local as possible with, Santa Barbara beers as well as, Central Coast. Generally, people that come here, they want that Santa Barbara experience, and that's what I'm hoping to provide.
Oh, that's very special. Also, I know that you have some lunch specials, is that right?
Yes. So
for big families and groups?
Yes, so we have a lunch special for $22.50. It's 2 courses. You start with soup or salad, and then you can either get chicken, salmon, or a pasta.
Amazing. So whatever you like, guys. If you even are not a big fan of fish, I personally am, especially oysters, but you still can have chicken or burgers or something here, especially if you come with the kids. So don't miss and come here for lunch. It's very delicious. We did a commercial, we ate it, it's amazing. But about oysters, it's a separate theme because you recently opened an Oyster Bar. Let's go and see what it is.
So the Oyster Bar has been here for about 1.5 years now. And as well as the bar, Moby Dick never had a bar. They only had an area where you could get beer and wine. So cocktails are a new thing as well. We are offering fresh oysters that we get daily. People can come in and eat as many oysters as they like. We are offering a happy hour, oyster hour, from 5 to 6,
Nice.
Monday through Friday, where you can get a selected oyster for $2.50 each oyster.
Oh, yum. I love it. And usually you have it with, with champagne or something like that. And now you can even have it with a cocktail. I think it's really exciting.
Yes, it's very exciting.
And can we peek behind the scenes of the kitchen to see what are you cooking today?
Of course.
Okay, cool. Let's do this. Oh, the kitchen is my favorite. What is like your special meals and what's your favorite? What's guest's favorite?
So the cioppino has a mix of seafood in it. It has calamari, fresh fish, mussels, clams, and then it's cooked with a tomato base sauce. And Pequod was the boat captain of Moby Dick, and that is that's like the cioppino, but with pasta. Fresh fish is really good. It's just beautiful. I mean, it's fresh. The branzino, that's, just marinated and then grilled. It's a whole fish. We are doing a steak and lobster special for $49. Lobster with served over mashed potatoes with a little bit of vegetables.
Okay, for someone who is local, what would you recommend to have for romantic dinner here?
Just a nice shared plate of anything and a nice bottle of wine, around sunset time. Just sitting there chilling, watching the sunset.
Well, thank you so much
No worries.
for the tour and for introducing us to your cuisine, what you're serving here. Local sustainable seafood sounds really delicious here. So guys, I highly recommend to come to Moby Dick to try delicious food that they're serving and also try oysters. I find they're very special here. Karl, thank you so much for being today on my show, Backstage Business. I'm really happy to be here. So, Moby Dick Restaurant is a signature place for Santa Barbara, for the whole community. I mean, it's beloved by locals, and of course, tourists know about this amazing place. Can you share a little bit more about its story?
Moby Dick was founded in 1980. A few years before that, Stearns Wharf had become very decrepit, and the city was about to let Stearns Wharf fall into the sea and abandon it. And the visionary mayor, by the name of Hal Conklin, said, no, this is an important part of the history of Santa Barbara. You can't let that happen. So he initiated a project to repair and revitalize the wharf and bring businesses back out here. And at that point, Moby Dick was founded.
But there was a very difficult part in the history of this restaurant. In 1989, there was a devastating fire and almost everything was damaged. How did you recover?
The whole restaurant burned to the ground, everything. And the wharf itself burned. And in fact, the wharf has had fires repeatedly over its history because it's a wooden wharf. So it was a devastating kind of thing. But the owners were determined not to let Moby Dick die with that.
Yes.
They were insured. They got insurance money, and then they added some money to it and rebuilt Moby Dick exactly the same way immediately.
Amazing.
And a year later, it opened again.
Your background is just fascinating. We talked with you before the interview, and you shared your amazing life background. You were a priest, and then you were a director of National History Museum here in Santa Barbara. But how you ended up to being a CEO of the restaurant, and what is Environmental Council's role in all that?
In my own career, I'm an archaeologist by training. I have an academic career, and I spent a lot of my time in the Asian tropics. Became very interested in the ecology of rainforests, which is very, very complicated ecology and very extremely interesting. And this made me into an environmentalist. After I finished my job at the Museum of Natural History, I was asked to join the board of the Community Environmental Council, founded in Santa Barbara after the devastating oil spill in 1969. It was a wonderful assignment for me because it really aligned with my personal passion. CEC happens to have inherited as a bequest a part ownership stake in Moby Dick. And so they turned to me and said, would you mind representing us on the ownership board? And I said, yes.
Okay.
Not knowing anything about restaurants.
Amazing. That's very brave of you to step into something new.
Either brave or silly.
But you have an amazing life experience with the leadership and your vision. So you step in and you truly give something new to this place. Like the Oyster Bar, that was your idea. Can you share about that?
The Oyster Bar, yes. When I became involved here about 7-8 years ago, Stearns Wharf had been losing its local patronage. Not just the restaurant, but the wharf as a whole. Local residents looked at Stearns Wharf as being just for tourists, not for them. So they stayed away. And so when I became involved, I said, we need to do something. And the idea that arose out of that was to build an oyster bar, something quite different. And I loved that because I personally love oysters. And so we came up with this concept of the Oyster Bar, and I was very lucky that we found an architect who had a great vision of what an oyster bar would look like at Moby Dick. And of course, this is such a unique location. You look out over the water, you see the shoreline, you see the harbor, you see the islands out in the ocean. And to sit there with a great plate of oysters, a wonderful drink,
It's a magic.
It doesn't get better than that. Let me tell you that one of my ambitions was when I came in here is to have Moby Dick kind of emulate the mission and values of the Community Environmental Council. And we have, for the most part, achieved that. It takes work to do that.
Yeah.
But as a restaurant, we want to really focus on, first of all, great seafood, but locally harvested, locally produced, sustainably harvested, other local products, all the vegetables and everything we use here from local sources, as well as the wine and the beer, and even some of the spirits locally distilled. The interesting thing is that when you look at seafood, oysters are among the most sustainable type of seafood.
Yeah.
It's really great. Now, most oysters nowadays are grown in farms anyway, but even so, oysters are very sustainable. And for me, even though I've always liked oysters, what I loved about the new Oyster Bar was we always try to present 3 different oysters from the East Coast and the West Coast. And we change them out every few months. There's a new set of oysters. And what you discover, if you like oysters, is that every type of oyster, every species, every variety from a different place is a totally different flavor profile. It's like tasting good wine.
Yes. Oh, yay. I like this comparison.
So the
That's
oysters
true.
are really fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any, secrets how you inspire the local team of Moby Dick?
In all my life, even during my academic career, run academic organizations and big crews doing field work, I have always liked a style of leadership that's very inclusive, empowering the people I work with.
Yeah.
And doing something what the Harvard Business School at some point came up calling leading from behind. And I think that is the best kind of leadership you can provide. And it was particularly important for me because I didn't know much about restaurants. I had to learn a huge amount of new stuff as I came in here. And listening to my employees, listening to our staff, what they wanted, what they preferred, then thinking it over critically and working with them to implement it, that's the way to do it.
Amazing. So no matter what business you're stepping in, if it's new, so basically to listen to your crew is the secret to succeed, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
What else CEO's advice can you give to someone who is now, starting a business or thinking to start a business? What can you share with those people?
Well, let me approach this from the point of view of the restaurant business. And so the first advice I would give to a new manager or CEO to come in is you have to have good nerves. You have to have a long-range plan, but be willing to adapt as you go along. And not get too upset or too frightened, presenting you with challenges that you had not expected. So you have to be able to work your way through that. And again, when this happens, your employees are the first one. You need them to help you.
Yeah. What would be your secret tip or advice on how to succeed in a business?
Oh boy, that's a difficult question. And this is a very personal answer. And the secret is not to expect the impossible. Always try to improve and go farther, but be modest. Make things work the way they are, and not abandon it because it doesn't provide you $1 billion next year, right? In fact, altogether, I think one of my biggest concerns about businesses in this country has been that our business is much too much oriented on the short term. This month, this quarter, we need to think in long terms. That's the secret to success.
Well, thank you. Like having a big plan for your business, and just go for it no matter what.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And in our case, the big plan is the Oyster Bar is finished. It's doing great. We love it. But this was only the first step.
Oh, yes.
In revitalizing Moby Dick.
Yeah.
It's now almost 40 years old.
Wow.
And so it needs a lot of work to become more contemporary.
Yes.
And the plans already are in place, not in detail, but in concept. And so things will happen.
Amazing. Can you share some of your plans for the future? Because this is a new page for Moby Dick Restaurant, like refreshing and new chapter. What's coming?
Certainly we will renovate some of the interior spaces, make them more attractive. They're very cozy now, but they can be made more attractive, more functional. More than anything else that we want to do is change our external appearance and make it more inviting, make it more contemporary, as it were.
Yeah. Oh, great.
But there could be also other changes that I can't talk about it right now.
Well, it's something big to come up. I'm really excited.
See. Yeah.
Other things that I would want to talk about is marketing strategy, because advertising is a lot nowadays. What do you do now, or maybe you plan to do something?
In terms of marketing strategy, one of our primary goals is to re-engage the local community with the Stearns Wharf and with Moby Dick specifically. And we have two major markets. One is the tourists, and the other one is the local community, the local residents. And it's their restaurant. It's part of Moby Dick. It's a historic part of Santa Barbara.
Exactly.
It's their restaurant. And so that is our primary goal in marketing in the short to medium term. Get the locals back out here and make them understand that this is a great place for them.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Well, our team of AMFILM, we did also a marketing research, and we provided a marketing strategy for you, and we also work on a cinematic commercial for your new goal to attract local people. And now it's edited, it's ready. Are you ready to see it?
I certainly am.
Okay.
And I should say we are so grateful for what you're doing for Moby Dick. We really, really love it.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. It's not only me, we have a big team behind. We are providing for local businesses a support to make your brand appearance pretty affordable, but at great quality. And again, our big mission is to help local businesses to grow and to reach their goals. And we're there to support. Okay, ready?
Way out on Santa Barbara's historic Stearns Wharf, you can find local, sustainable, delicious seafood at the popular Moby Dick Restaurant. For friends, it's a get-together at the new Oyster Bar. For families, it's a special brunch on the patio right over the Pacific Ocean. For couples, it's a romantic sunset dinner. The seafood is crafted to celebrate Santa Barbara's coastal bounty, from local ocean-fresh oysters to steaming chowder and signature seafood pasta. Here, every table becomes a gathering, every meal a celebration, and no evening is complete without the perfect cocktail to celebrate those special occasions. And sometimes it's where love stories begin. Moby Dick Restaurant, more than a meal, is where Santa Barbara comes together to celebrate life by the sea.
Perfect. That is really good.
You love
I
it?
love it. Yeah, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so I'm very happy that you like this. And if someone is interested to order some of the products from AMFILM, we do marketing research and very high quality cinematic videos for your business to achieve your goals. And usually the cost of that video is about approximately $6,000 depending on the package that you order. But today you have a chance to get it absolutely for free if we play a little Backstage Business Game. Are you ready to do that?
Okay.
Cool. I have these two little cards. On one side, both of them are AMFILM. On another, it can be free, or it can be a value of the product. So the game is, I'm just taking these two and I'm shifting it, and you pick up one.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Mix it up
It will
first.
be, you
Yeah.
know, real. Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
I'll pick this one.
This one, okay, here you go. Open it. Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you for playing the game, Backstage
Thank
Business.
you.
Thank you for our collaboration. I really, truly appreciate that.
Thank you, Anna Maria.
Appreciate. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Today we met Karl Hutterer, a new CEO of Moby Dick Restaurant, and we heard a story of resilience, leadership, and new beginnings. Well, it's a truly new chapter for Moby Dick Restaurant. Remember, successful marketing starts with a great story. At AMFILM, we're providing local businesses with the marketing strategies and high-quality video content that leads you to your goal. And don't forget to make a comment below to have a chance to win a gift card from Moby Dick Restaurant. If you enjoyed this episode and you want more real entrepreneurial stories, secret business tips, and behind the scenes of your favorite brands, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to never miss our new episodes of Backstage Business. See you in the next one.